What's up, world? Welcome again to Real Talk 101, the Gangster Channel. I want to talk about these the situation that happened up in New York. I guess some niggas, I'm assuming them niggas done ambushed some police dudes or whatever, and which is a bad ordeal. But as I'm listening to this conversation,
I am struggling to find the words to express the tragedy we are enduring. We're mourning and we're angry. The NYPD, New York City, all of us. As I stand here in Harlem Hospital tonight, a New York City police officer has lost his life, murdered, and another one is fighting for his life to survive. Our department is hurting. Our city is hurting. It is beyond comprehension. I'll ask Mayor Adams if he wants to say a few words.
Normally, when we do briefings like this, it's just the police officials who stand at this podium. I did not want that tonight. I wanted everyone to be in the same room. I wanted everyone to be here to understand. It is our city against the killers.
So I gotta tell it what it is. It wouldn't be real talk. But yeah, as you hear her, and as you hear the situation when it's somebody else, they strongly come out and speak against it. Kind of like what Obama did when the people was out in the city rioting because of the death of an officer who killed somebody or whatever. And instead of him being mad with the cops, because I'm sure he hears this a lot, he take his anger and frustration out on us. Now see, this is some cool stuff here. It's like people that look like us will have this strong admiration, conviction, or whatever you want to call it. They will have that towards other groups. So they'll do that. So when I'm listening to the lady, she's speaking, she's all strong about it and everything, and I'm saying to myself, how come none of you feel that way when we're getting shot down innocently? Not firing back at the cops or whatever may be the case. Why you don't have this same anger when one of your officers kill us across the board? You see what I'm saying? So they real strong with it. And the first thing, I didn't see what happened or whatever, but I'm listening to the conference of the New York City chief female, whoever she is, and she's talking real strong, mad and angry. And again, I'm saying to myself, why don't they have this anger when they own do this to us? When we get killed by one of them innocently, they don't have that same anger towards their fellow. So that makes me understand that cops are bad across the board. Why am I gonna say that? It's kind of like a blood in the crypt. They made an oath to hold it up. So that's what makes them bad, because they will hold it up. So they have their own little group, the police departments across America, their own world. So instead of them getting mad, like we would get upset if somebody done something, you know what I'm saying? Like if ourselves done something to somebody else look like us, or whatever the case, would get mad. We see that with the Young Dolph situation. People was broken and all this other stuff. We seen this when the guy who killed the girl in Burger King. We see how the community came together and was upset and, you know, at the same time heard about it. So now you want the people to have sympathy, especially for us, to have sympathy for when that stuff occurred. Like, how could you expect us to have sympathy for that when we don't get no sympathy when we're being killed by your own innocently? We're not angry. We're not coming out in front of the press sounding disappointed and angry about this situation, because these are not stories that's just happened. It's been happening. So if you hear it so much and so often, you should get tired of hearing it. Just the same way when you get here that somebody shot the cops and now you come out and you upset about it, you mad, you talk about their family. Everybody has a family. Regardless, everybody feels the same hurt, regardless of loss. The moms out there, our women moms, you know, our women out there for their kids crying. You know how many moms are weeping in pain and heartbroken of losing their sons. Regardless, all pain is the same. So you want us to have remorse for that. You can't get angry for that. That's just like the guys who, again, I'm going to put that back into perspective. The guys who killed the rapper dude up in Memphis. You understand what I'm saying? They got the guys. We don't feel sympathy for them niggas. Fuck them. That's what it is. And the community's probably glad about it too. They hooraying that they caught the killers. You see how that goes? There's no favoritism. And I'm looking at the comments, and you guys are just like, and I'm saying to myself, well, like, wow. Why don't they so angry when one of their own, when you hear about one of their own done killed somebody? Come out in the press and show that same anger. Because a loss is a loss. Family members dying, everybody feel the same pain. And would you would have these black people who come out, and for me, that's when I know it was a so-and-so. That's when I know it was a black person who probably done this. But a lot of times we don't know what be going on behind these stories that we be hearing about. You know, we got bad cops who come in and try to take people's dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to justify anything about the dopes and all the other stuff, but everybody know there are cop teams that does that. I remember a couple years ago when they was getting ready to legalize marijuana, I remember a cop came out and, you know, he was on, he said, we're not going to wait and wait for our, you know, the plants to grow. We're going to go in and hit these drug dealers and so on and so on. Basically, you're going to go in there and take their stash. And then you're going to flip around and sell it and put it on the market. You see what I'm saying? So all this good cop, bad cop, all that bullshit, they all uphold the same system, regardless. And now I'm seeing a lot of with this media, I'm seeing a lot of gun violence going on. And I'm saying to myself, there must be an election on its way up. And that shows me the media and all this stuff is tied in the same thing. So they usually will do that to just start this stuff for whatever the speaking will be about. So we're seeing a lot of these on these newses now, especially surfacing on YouTube and the internet. So we do have this problem where people that look like us, who will strongly defend other groups, and regardless of we getting killed by one of them innocently, our lives don't matter. As though we don't have mothers and children, like the ones you killing innocently, they've been having time with their kids. You see what I'm saying? And the difference is, we go to jail for when we get caught. Sometimes forever. You do it. I mean, they do it. They got to step down. They got fired only to go to another department. You see what I'm saying? So we got to start realizing we can't have empathy in that regard, because if you can't have empathy, all this God loves everybody and we supposed to love one another, show the results and the reality. And if you can't show me that, you just sound like it's a fairy tale. It's a fairy tale brainwashing mechanism, tool to get you to show empathy for everybody else and not yourselves. And that's what it looks like to me. That's all I want to know with these black people that look like us. Why don't you have that same empathy for us, those who in power? And that's why we can't get nothing done, because the love is for everybody else when we really the ones who need it. We really the ones who need the help. We need the love. We need the showing of compassion and trying to help. That's what we need. Everybody else don't need it, so why are you giving it to everybody else? You understand? Holla.